Man, what's good, YouTube? Don't wait back with another video. We finna get straight into it. It's a three horrified true Facebook Marketplace horror stories, man. Let's like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. Today's video, we have Arizona.
When I moved out of my parents' house and into my own apartment, I
That
had a lot
shit
of
dirty
junk and
as
stuff
fuck.
that I needed to get rid of.
Bro.
I never liked Craigslist because I always found it sketchy, especially after hearing so many stories about it. So I listed a lot of my things on Facebook Marketplace. Things that wouldn't fit in my apartment and that my dad wanted out of the house. My weight set, some old childhood toys, book sets, and a whole bunch of other things. The weight set was what I listed for the most money. It had a barbell, a plate tree stand, and a bunch of plates. I was selling it for $340, which I thought wasn't a bad deal. Surprisingly, I wasn't getting many bites. I'd have some people here and there message asking if it's still available, and then never message me again about it. Until a few days after posting it, a guy named Joe messaged me showing interest. His profile picture was pretty grainy, but it was a guy with a fishing hat on holding up a fish. His account info was private. I couldn't see how many friends he had or anything, only that we had 3 mutuals. All 3 of them were girls from my town. The guy's last name was also the last name of a Joe I knew from my town who used to date a girl I was somewhat friendly with, so I right away assumed it was him, especially since I knew that guy liked to fish. After telling him it's still available, he said, "Great, when can I pick it up?" I was pleasantly surprised he didn't try to haggle the price down at all. I said I'm available any night after 7. He said he could come by tonight around 11 p.m. after work. I said that's fine. A little late in my opinion, but if that's what worked for his schedule, it worked for me. I then decided to just be a little friendly and say, "Hey, you used to date Gina, right?" I saw the typing indicator in the chat for a second, but then it went away and he didn't reply. Not for a couple minutes. Then he said yes. I thought it was a little strange, the random pause, but it could have been anything. Maybe he thought it was weird I brought it up, so I just said, "I knew I recognized your name, LOL. He read the message, but didn't respond for half an hour. Then I got a message back from him saying, "Yeah, LOL. Can you send me your address and I'll let you know when I'm coming?" So I sent him my address.
Nah, that
he
shit
read it
sound
and
weird.
didn't respond for many hours.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. Hell no, bro. That shit sound like, why would you, like, you recognize somebody even on, like, and then they trying to buy something from you? Like, hell no, bro. That's a setup.
By the time I got home from work, it was around 6. I went to the gym and got back around 7:30, the whole time waiting for some kind of acknowledgement from Joe. And then he finally messaged back asking for my number. I gave it to him, and seconds later, I got a text from a number with our area code. I have an iPhone, and when I texted him back, it was green. I sometimes will find that to be a red flag and possibly scams, because most people I know have iPhones. But I wasn't thinking that way with this, because I knew this guy already.
I mean,
he said he'd be over in a few hours,
shit,
so I continued about my business.
Never know.
Imagine bringing your side project to life
just
by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Ain't that shit? Yo, don't your shit only turn blue when you do that in your settings anyway? Like, it used to be green, right? Yeah, it used to be green. They changed it to blue. And I think you go on your set like that SMS shit or SOS or some shit like that.
It was now around 11 o'clock.
Or I
was waiting patiently for his text or call.
Yeah,
I sent a follow-up saying, "Let me know when you're coming."
Let me see. No, I ain't done that.
It was around 11:30 that he texted me, "I'm here, come out." I looked out the front window of my apartment, and I saw a dark-colored car out front in the street. I tried calling him so I could tell him that I need help bringing the weights outside. He rejected my call.
Shit, no, these weights you gotta bring outside.
I texted back, "I see you. You can come in. I just need help with the weights. There's a lot of them." He texted back, "Nah, gotta see if you're straight first." I had to process what the hell that even meant for a second. All I knew was this did not seem like the way this white-as-hell fishing dude would be texting. I tried calling one more time, and he denied the call again. Now I was suspicious. I decided to text that girl Gina, along with the mutual friends I had with Joe on Facebook. The first one to text back was this girl Angela, who said, "OMG, that's a catfish, someone's pretending to be him." When I asked why she added it, she said it must have been a different name when it added her. I looked out the window again, and the car was still there. Someone was about to do something bad to me. I wasn't sure what or who or why. I had no way to contact the real Joe because he didn't seem to have any actual social media profiles.
So this ain't even that
not
nigga
public at
Joe,
least.
gang.
I kept the door shut and locked and didn't respond any further.
Man,
I
you
turned
better
off the
tell that
light in
nigga
the
get the
living room
fuck.
and kinked the blind just a bit. And I swear on my life, there was a guy hiding behind one of the bushes in front of the house.
The
Watched
fuck.
until the car outside honked its horn. And then I saw the guy in the bushes run to the car, and then the car sped off. Witnessing that, I didn't feel relief. I felt gut-wrenching fear, not only of what I just narrowly avoided, but the fact that those people now had my address. The Facebook profile was deleted the next day, after a bunch of
Gang, but like, it's obviously true, but like, bro, you supposed to be a man, gang. You better go out there and, like, nigga, that's your house. Like, bro, you ain't got no gun. You ain't got nothing to protect yourself, bro. You ain't got no dog. Like, come on, bro. Like, you mean to tell me you finna let some niggas kill you at your house? Rob you at your house? Take everything out your house while you right there watching? Cause you scared, bro.
people reported it. Though I think the people who made the account deleted it
Like, some people don't got shit to live for, bro.
or deactivated it themselves.
Like, hell
Joe
no.
himself confirmed he had nothing to do with any of that, and that someone must have been using his pictures and name to try and scam people
And like,
in the
you
area.
did, whoever this is, gang, they did this shit all wrong anyway, bro. First of all, you don't let nobody, like, you don't send nobody your address, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I send my neighbor's address, if anything, bro. Like, come outside, meet me outside, down the street. Bro, you don't send your fucking address to nobody, bro. Especially on Facebook Market, like, bro, come on, bro. Then you got catfish by a nigga named Joe.
Though I'm not
Like,
so sure it was someone trying to scam random people, because days later, I got this threatening text. Hey, yo, bitch, watch your
Hey, yo, bitch, watch your back. We know where you live. Keep trying to talk to my girl. See what happens, man. We'll fuck you right up outside your crib. Sleep with one eye open, pussy. We watching. Always up with a bitch, gang.
back. We know where you live. Keep trying to talk to my girl. See what happens, man. We'll fuck you up right outside your crib. Sleep with one eye open, pussy. We watching.
But I ain't gonna lie. Whoever sent this message, they picking and choosing, bro. But I don't know, bro. You talking about sleep one? Why?
I brought this to the police, but it was such a low priority report to them that I doubt they ever even looked into it. I have no
Yeah,
reason
no
to lie
fuck.
when I say
Ain't
I
gonna
haven't
cut you
tried talking
dead.
to anyone's girl in the
That's why you need to
slightest.
protect yourself, you
At the time of this
dumbass.
incident, I had been seeing a girl pretty much exclusively. I think
You protect yourself, and you live in a state where you can claim self-defense. Cause you live in a state and you can't claim self-defense if anything happen, game. Your ass is getting life in jail, like, for protecting yourself, bro. Y'all, like, niggas be dumb,
it's
bro.
connected. I don't know who it
He
is.
talking about
I don't know what they
fear.
were going to do to me if I opened the door. But unfortunately, I've had to live in slight fear in my new apartment ever since moving here. Fortunately, I haven't gotten any more threatening or random texts, but I still pretty much always check outside my windows first before leaving the apartment at night.
What is that gonna do, bro? Nigga, man. Who was that story by? Hold on. I don't even
It had to
say.
be 2018. I was selling this old
Whoever that
pinball
nigga
machine
was
that
a
we had from our
bitch.
childhood. It wasn't some crazy arcade level pinball machine that would
wow.
cost thousands of dollars, but it was definitely worth a few $100. It had been sitting in my parents' attic for the longest time, so I wanted to sell it before one of my sisters had the same idea. I didn't really want anyone to know about this because then I'd have to split the money, so I chose to list it when my family was away on a trip that I couldn't go on due to work. I'm a bit of a sneak, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
No,
My
bro.
parents' house is on the
Shit.
really nice side of town, but not in a gated community. I put the pinball machine up on Facebook Marketplace for $200. The next day, I got a message from some account with no profile picture with the name Jasmine, expressing interest in the pinball machine. They offered $175. I agreed to that number. We set up a time for when she would come, but when that time came, she never showed up. She messaged me saying, I'll be there soon, I'll be there soon. It was getting late now, and I had work the next day. I asked her if she would be here by 11 the latest. She said 11:30.
Bro, what's up with this 11
I
and
asked if we
shit,
could
bro?
do this
These
tomorrow
niggas
instead,
be
but she said she's
dumb,
already
bro.
on her way. So
Like,
I just stayed up a
bruh.
little later waiting. 11:45.
I have never went to go meet up nobody at no damn nighttime. I have once, and there was this girl. She bought some Crocs off me that I customized, bro. That's it. But other than that game, bro, ain't no way in hell you meeting up at 11 with no random ass rent. Fuck, that shit just hurt. My damn finger, bro. But ain't no way you meeting up at 11 with no motherfucking random ass nigga on Facebook.
5 rolls around, and she finally tells me that she's here. I went to the front door and saw there was a car out front. What I wasn't expecting was to see all 4.
It ain't even like, it's not like he going to them. Bro, both of them stories is people coming to him. Like, bro, what?
4 doors of the car opening, and 4 people stepping out. 1 girl and
See, now they got your address. Now it's 4 niggas at your front door, King.
3 guys. I messaged her, "Are you here with people?" At this point, she wasn't answering her messages anymore. I watched as the 4 people approached my door. I kept the storm door locked. These 3 guys looked kind of big, and all 4 of these people looked like trouble. As they got close enough, I said, "Are you Jasmine?" She said through the door, "Yeah." I said, "I can't let all of you guys in my house. My parents are asleep." Obviously lying. Jasmine, or so she claimed her name was, tried opening the door yelling, "What are you talking about?" As she saw it was locked, she started knocking on the glass. I decided it was best to shut the front door at this point. I heard their voices yelling outside for a while.
I'm finna turn that shit off, bro.
I heard one of the guys, or maybe even multiple of them, yelling obscenities and insults at me through the 2 doors, making me only gladder I didn't let them in. These were not the kinds of people I wanted in my parents' house, especially when I'm alone. I realized this whole thing was an awful idea when I heard their voices laughing and yelling on the front stoop.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, these gotta be fake. Like, bro, there's no way this is true, bro.
Minutes after I shut the door, I saw one of the guys pissing in the empty driveway. No cars in the driveway was not, but I had to go from downstairs. It was hours that night, though, thinking of the interaction. Or what it was. I just thanked the Lord when they drove away, and I went upstairs to go to sleep. I was having trouble sleeping that night, though, thinking of the interaction. So, fully awake, a couple of hours after climbing into bed, I heard a crash from downstairs.
Oh.
It was unmistakably the sound of a window being shattered. I sprang up, but right before sprinting to make sure the bedroom door was locked, I stopped myself and instead quietly got out of bed and tiptoed to the door. I had already locked it. I tiptoed back to my bed and had my phone in hand, ready to call 911. For some stupid reason, I was waiting till I heard any other kind of sounds before dialing, and eventually, I heard the sound I needed to hear. Footsteps rapidly coming upstairs. I dialed 911 as I felt like throwing up. The footsteps outside the room didn't even sound like they were trying to be quiet. I whispered the entire time I was on the line with the dispatcher. Time was moving in reverse. I hid literally under my bed as I listened to people ransacking the house. In reality, they were in and out in less than 5 minutes, way before the police actually showed up. The backyard window was shattered. Things were stolen from just about each room. Ironically, the pinball machine wasn't taken. What happened from there was I got a police report number. I made an appointment to see a couple detectives at the police station and shared with them all the details I had, including the Facebook account of the Jasmine girl. I fabricated the story a bit, saying someone in the house threatened me. My reasoning for this was I felt that this case would actually be taken seriously if I claimed I was threatened.
That shit,
data, less belong. Of course.
Oh, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was worse than fucking Joe. Like, bro, it's no way that's true. Like, hell, dog, I ain't believing that.
I was searching Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for a new phone. This was a long time ago, so
bro,
it had to
these
be like
are true stories, gang. That shit, whoever this person was, is dumber than the nigga that fuck Joe, nigga, bro. This nigga right here, bro. There's no way. Like, this is why people get robbed so much, just off dumb shit like what they be doing. Like, it don't even like. You mean to tell me bro? And then you got a pinball machine in your house. That means you got money, bro. You got some type of money. Them bitches not cheap. Like, so of course they gonna try to find that expensive shit on Facebook Market. And shit, see where you live. See it's a big ass house. Running your shit. Then they see there ain't no cars in the driveway. It's just you. Like, bruh.
iPhone 7 or something. Phones still had the home buttons back then. I found this listing for a phone. It was some generic looking post. iPhone whatever for sale, new, around $300. It was a really, really good deal for the time, that I remember. He told me all the small details I needed to know, that it was factory unlocked, never opened, and stuff like that. He sent me a video of the box too, still sealed. The guy, whose name was Melvin, seemed nice and easy to talk to over text. I got his number and we discussed a pickup point. His location on the Facebook ad was much closer to me, but over text he was telling me he was only there this morning, and now he went about an hour north. I wasn't happy about this, but this was a really good deal and I didn't want to pass it up. I started asking a bunch of friends if they'd want to come on an adventure with me. Really just a way of making the chore of accompanying me for an hour drive seem fun. My friend Martina actually agreed to come with, on the promise that I buy her food for coming. So this Melvin guy sent me the address of a police precinct about an hour away, saying he only does deals in police precinct parking lots to avoid scams. I obviously had no problem with this. In fact, it made me feel a little more confident in this whole thing. I picked up Martina on the way around 8:30 at night, and off we went. She being in the car and having someone to talk to made the trip more fun. It was also a Friday night, so afterwards we could go out and do whatever we wanted. When I got off the highway, we were about 10 minutes away, and we found ourselves in a very secluded, quiet area. It seemed like a lot of different wooded areas. Occasional buildings and houses, and then more woods. We got to the police precinct, and there was no one visibly parked in the parking lot, besides empty police cars, of course. We drove around the whole building a couple times and didn't see this Melvin guy, who said he was in a black Altima. So I decided to call him. He picked up and said he's having issues with his car on the side of the road, and asked if I could come to him. He sent his location and I checked it. He was on the side of some random road with nothing on either side, and by nothing I mean woods. That's the kind of area we were in. He asked me to come help him jump his car. He had jumper cables. I said, yeah, I guess I can do that. I mean, we drove the hour to get there. I didn't want to just drive another hour for nothing. Martina was shaking her head the whole time I was on the phone. The guy said, see you soon, and hung up. Martina then basically screamed, no way, this is sketchy, we're going home. I told her we'll just drive past the location he sent and see what's up. I did agree with her though. This seemed incredibly sketchy. I just was very upset if we drove 2 hours for nothing. We did drive to the location. When we got to it, we saw the reflection of a car's front lights coming up on the pitch black road we found ourselves on. As we got closer, I slowed down, and it was in fact a black car, but we couldn't see anyone inside or outside of it. Mind you, it was very dark, but I feel like we would have seen someone's head on the inside or something. Martina said to just keep driving, and I said I know. It was about the sketchiest thing I'd ever seen. A pitch black road between two patches of woods, no streetlights, no other cars in sight. A pretty convenient place to break down and have someone who's coming with a wad of cash to buy something from you come and meet. I drove right past it. Immediately, Melvin starts calling me over and over. I ignored every single call. Then he texted me saying, I saw you just pass me, why didn't you stop? Turn around. Ignored. Martina is a very positive person, so she laughed about this whole situation, and then said, okay, you owe me food. So I looked up the nearest diner, and we stopped there for some food. It was a quiet, small diner. We were just about the only people in there.
This story not done, gang. Hold on,
the waitress just took our coffee order, when a lone guy with his hood up steps into the diner and sits in one of the bar stools.
That's him.
He was wearing a navy blue, dirty-looking hoodie. He glanced over to Martina and I, then looked straight ahead, talking to the lady working behind the counter, apparently ordering a coffee. The man kept glancing at our table like every minute, so I whispered to Martina, don't look now, but that guy at the counter might be the Melvin guy. The waitress came with our coffees, asked if we were ready to order.
Why would y'all stop in a randomized food place in somewhere y'all don't know? Go back home.
I said a few minutes, please. The lady behind the counter handed that
and
man
then y'all right in the area where y'all fucking just was.
Puppy. He said loud and clear, thank you, darling. It was that guy from the phone's voice, Melvin or whatever his real name was. I told Martina that's him. We need to pay the check and leave. I waved the server over and whispered to her if we can just get the check. She asked if something's wrong, and I noticed the guy look over as I said this. I said yes, we just needed some coffee for the road. So she got the check, I paid, we downed our coffees, and left the building. We got in my car, and Martina said, "Oh my God, he's getting up." I looked into the diner and saw that guy leaving towards the door. As quickly as possible, I drove us out of that parking lot and sped down the road. And yes, we noticed a black car in the parking lot that could have been the one that we saw on the side of the road. I was driving too fast for him to have caught up. Got back on the highway, and I was flying for a while, until I got a low tire pressure light come on. I knew instantly he slashed my tire. The PSI was going down fast, so to avoid damage, I pulled to the side of the highway and parked it. I went out to confirm that my tire was slashed. I had to replace the tire with the spare, which took about 15 minutes.
Okay, 15? Okay, cool. He had a spare.
The whole thing was a disaster. And if you're wondering, yes, I still got Martina dinner that night. Now Martina and I look at it as a crazy story that we can look back on and tell people. It's absolutely...
Man, fuck that shit. I'm trying to see. I was making sure he was good. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Fuck with his video, though. Hey, that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I give it... Bro. Alright, I'm gonna rank it, bro. I'm gonna say the third one, the first one, the second one, bro. Third one, bro. They didn't really, like, do too much. Like, you know... They did stop at that diner, bro. That was kind of, you know, and they did, like, I mean, 2 hours, I would have still probably went. But why was all these stories at night? Like, come on, bro. Ain't no nigga meeting up at nighttime, gang. Who the fuck's meeting up at night with a random ass nigga, bro? Like, that shit don't make sense. But the second one, that's just plain stupidity, gang. Like, you sending your address to random people at your mama crib. At your mom's crib, nigga, at a big ass house, late at night, for a pinball machine, meaning you got money, gang. Like, no, bro. And that nigga Joe, that shit, like, you gotta protect yourself, gang. These niggas be tweaking, bro.